Hey, and welcome back to Blueprints. I basically just jumped out of the shower because I had some massive shower thoughts. I was thinking about like some of the puzzles here, and by some of the puzzles I mean the clock tower explicitly. I'm gonna talk about that in a second, but let's do the basics first and check out the packet from last time. Brass compass, nothing too interesting. Okay, so I was in the shower and I was thinking about like the clock tower, and how that puzzle wasn't 100% consistent. Gonna go over like what I thought about that in a bit, but like seriously, like I came to a conclusion and I went to my PC and put it into my notes and checked with my notes, and I feel like I figured out the 100% consistent solution. But let's first go here. Okay, I have two goals for today. I want to first of all get to the clock tower again, and second of all I want to get the vault and some vault keys. Those are like the two things. They're like some optional things, like for example the shelter, because in the shelter there is still a PC, so we're going to start with that one. So let's ignore my excitement for just a moment. Let's go to the network, because obviously we have now the option to actually read all the mail, and this is actually the last mail that's missing. We have something from more. We're going to start down here. That's actually 28, 25, 23, 22. It's all relatively close in February. Is this year? Seems to have taken some time. Like for some reason I thought like maybe it's like the same day, but it's not. Anyway, let's start with the bottom one. This is an 87. Okay, so it's still quite some time ago. Wait, this is February. This is after the disappearance of Mary? Just because it's like really close to that one, I feel like I'm gonna have to check the date real quick. Wait, it is the day of her disappearance. February 22nd in 87. Oh, wow. This is an answer to electronic mail. Wait a second, but we only have those 4 mails, right? We can't see anything before then. Okay. This is about the electronic mail. In answer to that, yes, and don't worry, this communication method is fully secure. I am the only lab technician with network access and the only one who uses this terminal. I'm working to get you some more supplies, but I'm not focusing on essentials, as I believe there's enough food in the shelter to last for the duration. Though I think it'd be wise if you can do a quick inventory to confirm that. Okay. So, Moore is in the lab, knows about like the fugitives, we're gonna call them, like here inside of this one. Probably Mary and partners is like my theory. Such a situation. This is the next day. Wait a second, I'm terrible at reading stuff. No, this is 2 more again, okay. And the other 2 are actually from more again, okay. In terms of area, there's not nearly as much room as I remembered from my youth. If it was just me, I wouldn't mind, but with 4 of us and the space we are going to need for planning, I don't expect this to be a suitable situation for more than a week, a fortnight at best. Okay, we do know that there are like 4 people in total. So this is probably where they bunkered down for like some time and then they were moved to the old station, is like my theory. What does Moore reply to that? I passed the message on and your uncle says he may have an idea for a more long-term solution, but it's going to require some doing. I'm not sure exactly what he has in mind, but this morning when I looked at today's blueprints, I saw he had drafted a pump room, a floor plan I haven't seen used in a very, very long time. I have a feeling you all may be taking a boat ride shortly. Okay, so this is basically just telling us that there's more in case we haven't figured that one out yet. Wait, this is the one that I just read. Yeah. And the last one. It's finally happening. We just got confirmation from our source that the Red Guard is coming tomorrow to begin their formal inquiry into the disappearance. At this point, it's going to be too risky to move you until next week at the earliest. Just hang tight for now. Okay, so they had to wait a little bit, but this is all that we are getting from here. This is just like like a piece of information that tells us that there is something in the reservoir, basically, right? We need to pump the reservoir, you can use the boat, and there's like some way to reach that. Sadly, we already know about that, so like my theory, definitely the Blackbridge Grotto terminal definitely should have been something I could have figured out a lot earlier, and I probably would have had I not just been stupid about that. In any case, I still have some exploration to do, you know, all the exploration. Let me recheck like some of the things here, but I'm gonna have to explore again. Like there are basically just a clock tower, the vault, and some of the keys that I need. Also thinking about something, do I have Courtney in my list? I feel like Courtney has not really come up in the name list a lot outside of this one letter, and the more interesting thing is that she's also a niece of that I don't know is, and it's a cousin Mary. So who are the parents then? I'm not sure. Like the family tree is like quite limited that we have seen just with the Epson and Sinclair family basically, but we do not see a lot else. So I'm not really sure who Courtney is. Oh wait, I do have it in the, this is the one about the smuggled crown. But yeah, we have the confirmation, obviously. Our great uncle knew about the disappearance, obviously, because he was quite involved, but we kind of figured as much already. We do have the guest room, I'm gonna check that one out. Okay, I got +8 steps, so this is the nursery, right? Like the nursery does the +8 steps. It's been like a week since I last played. Yeah, it's the nursery, okay. So, nursery, what am I getting? I have 6 gems, 46 coins. I have 2 items. Mystery reward? I still don't know what they do. Apparently you're supposed to get something, but I am not sure what I just got. Like one time I feel like I got like an item or so, but I don't know. I'm gonna have to check the vault of this, but this is like all I can do. Oh, clock tower, that was that was quick. Didn't you have to stop talking? Obviously, time-wise, we are quite off, so I'm gonna have to set a timer in just a moment. I'm just gonna check up here. I should have just checked the other clock, because I should actually know when this happens. We have like 4 hours, so I'm gonna set like a timer for like 20 minutes, and I'm gonna return here. Let's see what we can change in the conservatory. Also, magnifying glass, that's nice to have, just in case I get one of the letters again. Conference room, music room, is that something I care about? Conference room is unusual. I mean, it's a decent layout, so I don't actually mind this being like at least standard. Commissary is standard, that's fine. Music room is a little bit too expensive for me to really care, and I don't really need the major keys. Like most of the time I feel like unusual is fine. Kennel dogs. That's an interesting place to have the shovel. I don't think I've ever seen the item here. Most of the time I get like the watering can over here, which is why I was so confused there. I mean, since we have some time, let's just go for the parlor. I don't mind getting some gems. I'm actually kind of curious what happens once we are done with like all of the puzzles. I don't know if they're like randomly generated in some sort. I'm guessing they are all like pre-planned, and at some point you're running out, and then there's probably either a repetition or like nothing. One of the other boxes is true. If we assume that this is true, then we do know about the... Wait a second. This automatically has to be true. So this is one of the true boxes, because if this were like, if there's only one true box, it would have to be this one, because if any of the other boxes were true, then this would automatically also be true. So there are 2 true boxes, and one of the other ones has to be false. The gems are in the only box with a true statement. Since there are multiple of those, this has to be a false one. The gems are in the only box with a false statement, which would have to be true in that case, because like, again, we have 2 true boxes, so this one has to be false, and this one says that the gems are the only box with a false statement, so they should be in here. Let's see, let's spin it. Oh yes, 3 gems, I love it. Huh? I wasn't aware that I could actually open those doors as well. I didn't even need a key card for that. That is amazing with the cannon. I always thought that these doors were like special in that sense, that they didn't work like that. But very amazing what kind of discoveries you can just make. Let's do the billiard room. I still need the trophy for that one, and let's do the math together. Just checking if there's like an item here. Sometimes there's like one. No, those are kind of no dice. Anyway. Puzzling 7. It's been so long. Can I remember? So, okay, we have 2. Okay, this is something I still don't 100% understand. Does that mean we have 2? Minus 2 plus 2, so 4, because we would square it? Or do we have 2? Oh, wait, we have 4 either way, so it doesn't actually matter here. Okay. Wait, did I do something wrong? Do I square both times? Yellow Wait, is yellow multiplication or subtraction? It's been some time. Wait a second. Let me think. I think it's... like it's 2 minus 2 plus 2 squared would be 4. If it's times, it would be 2 times 2, 4, 6. 36 doesn't really work out. So it would be 2, 4, 8, 10. No, so it is subtraction, right? Do I square it each time? 2 for 2. So we are like still at 2 after this. Adding 2, 4 would be 16. Okay, so I'm squaring it each time. Okay. So 10 divided by 5 is 2 times 1. So we have 4 because we square it. Plus 4 is 8. I feel like I still don't know if this is like consistent, because I always feel like where I square it basically, that kind of moves around and it like kind of doubles. Maybe it's just like the way the puzzles were made before. I don't know. It's 3, so it's 1 times 3. It's 9 divided by 3, so 3. Okay. And a key card. I mean, I can't complain. I'm not sure if the dormitory has any cool effects in addition, but it has shoes. So I'm just gonna pick it again, right? Like, because I don't actually get that many drafting rooms, to be honest. We do have the old shoe. We do have the Cloister of Draxus, so we might be able to at least get the vault here, just because it's so much more likely. Oh, you can get the secret passage here. That's actually really neat. Might even go for that, just so I have a way to the antechamber. And the vault. I mean, I'm taking that one just in case I can do anything with it. And it's also like a lot of money, so I'm not complaining. Money, money, money. And the treasure trove. I mean, I still have to continue my list, so I'm definitely going to go for this one. So, give me all that money again. Again, money, money, money. It's a white one, and I do have only 1 key. Yeah, it's worth it. Like, I don't mind the run ending here. 2 realms have the same color banner. Ooh, interesting. Oh, I'll write that down. Oh wait, I have it in my other list. But wait a second. Green memos and white boxes are always lies is on a blue card that we had before. And this is a green one in a white box. So every single realm has a different color. And we've seen the colors before on the worksheet, right? So this is really important. So we can kind of figure out or like infer a color of another realm later on, because we have seen some combination. Like we have like the white one with like the petals that we see in the clock tower. We have... in the Lost and Found there was one combination. But I don't remember for which one. It's one of the ones that we don't have currently, I think. Gonna have to check that one again. Yeah. That's one important piece of information. I'm gonna be really happy that I found that one. Oh, code check with the master key. Yeah, I'm taking that one. I mean, as long as I have the option, I have like so few keys, it would be amazing. Not checked. Retrieve. Exactly, and we have the master key, which means all the doors are open to me. And the mailroom for tomorrow, and we're also close to out of time. First let me find the coin. Where are you hiding? Okay, it's key. I mean, not too bad, I guess. I just bought out like the entire commissary just for some items. Yep, that was the timer. And I'm still off quite some time. We've been here for like 2 hours. So I'm guessing like around 10 minutes for an hour is probably accurate. I'm gonna set like another 10-minute timer and go via the other direction. I'm gonna go via the underground path because I am now locked in. Except for the secret passage, but you know, I can check that one later. Squeeze. Is there actually anything I care about? I feel like I should go for the mantle again, just in case I can get like the axe, because the axe would be amazing in the armory. Oh, vault key. The deposit keys, they do count as major keys apparently, which makes sense. Which one is 370? Well, I mean, good reason to go back to the vault in a moment. It's been some time since I looked at the gallery. I don't think I can solve that one, but maybe... Is that the only Manson I know, by the way? Huh. Maybe it is. To be fair, this image is quite old, actually. Now that I think about it, right? Like, it's literally like 40 years before our time here. Actually, a little bit more. No, it's 94? Doesn't actually matter for this moment. It's relatively old, but it seems to still talk about the same stuff. I'm still so unsure about like everything here, but this is definitely right. Like, this is the red stop sign, the red fire hydrant, everything in red, but in black and white. Is there a fancy word for red that I could enter here? I do know that the library explicitly talks about like solve puzzles in here, so this is a permanent thing. Like, if I solve one of them, then they are going to stay like that. And I'm guessing I'm gonna have to like solve like 2 of them to open like this one and 2 of them to open this one. Is like my theory. Don't even know what would be inside of these chests. Probably something permanent. I mean, it's the armory. I don't have like much to draw anymore, but I'm like close to the time where I have to return anyway. Do you have the axe? You only have the shield. They don't really care about, but let's just pick up all the items. I like doing that. This is the torch. I mean, just in case I need it. I still like the fuse thing and the morning star. I mean, I do have the other one, but hey, it's going to at least give me another star later on. I guess it's just time to return to the clock tower then. My alarm should go off in any second anyway, so probably quite fitting. Okay, I still have like 1 in-game hour. That should give me enough time to quickly make it to the vault again. Okay, we have vault key 370, so somewhere here. Actually, towards the end. Almost the very end. Ooh, what can we find? It's the key. Seems to be the final one, I'm guessing then. Uncle, thank you again for all your help. I know I could never hope to repay you, but it pains me to know that I won't even have the chance to try. At any rate, I'm leaving these extra funds behind, as well as the extra passports. If it would be too risky if we were searched at the border and the money would raise too many suspicions. I think we all want a clean start anyway. I know I do. Mary. So she left. This is kind of what I expected. I'm still not sure because of the vision we had. Like, it's not really vision, a premonition, whatever you want to call it, that we had, where we were at some railway, right? Like, my theory is still that we can meet Mary at some point, but I thought it would be related to the dead end because there was like the symbol she had shown. Wait a second. Oh, that's the alarm again. Where, like, I'm gonna have to put like some dates together, because when exactly did she show that one? It must have been, was it in 87? Wasn't it before 87? I'm gonna talk about that in a bit, probably. Let's first focus on the clock tower. Okay, I still have like a few minutes here, so let's talk about like my other thought process. So Mary disappeared, obviously. I'm gonna have to check the security footage again because I don't remember when exactly it happened. Was it in late 86 that she showed that symbol, like the weird drawing that fits with the underground map? Because if it's in 86, then obviously this was like pre-planned ahead, but I don't think she was shown after her disappearance inside of the estate, because that would have aroused too much suspicion, right? So this was definitely planned way ahead. Which would also maybe explain why we became the sole heir, because basically this whole thing is a message to us. I mean, who else could have become the heir? We do know that there are like other nieces that our great uncle had, at least one, right, via the other node. So I'm not really sure. Anyway, I guess I'm just gonna wait for like 5 minutes until this is done. And here we are. And apparently, according to my recording software, it's around 41 minutes that you have to wait to reach this point. So in case I ever need to do this again, I don't actually need to put up multiple timers. I can just check my recording basically. In any case, I have thought a lot about this puzzle because I mentioned this before. Like, the logic puzzles in this game are like really great about like them being consistent. And last time I was here, I kind of noticed one little detail that I had missed the first time, or like I probably didn't miss it, but I didn't really think about it, and it's like something that kind of changed my perspective on this game just a little bit. And that is that one of the nodes is handwritten. So my theory here is that this node, the clocks are positioned so that their times will go up in ascending order, is on a red node, but it's like doubly false, right? Because it's like a handwritten node. It's the only handwritten one, so I'm guessing that everything has to be in ascending order. And I tried that last time and I failed at one point. Most of these clocks are kind of in a fixed position where they have to be, and I think I was kind of trying to get to the solution from like my previous solution, and I think rechecking something else made a lot more sense. But let's start off like with the fixed positions. So I'm gonna repeat like the whole thing in case you forgot since last time. So we have the most important ones. There are 5 clocks that end on the hour. There are 8 clocks in total, which means that there are 3 that do not end on the hour. One of those has to be this one, because it's another clock set in reverse, and because obviously if another clock ends in a 0, then this one would start in a 0, so it has to copy one of the clocks that doesn't end in the hour, right? So this is kind of clear. We have this one, which has to be set on the hour because it's on the red node. And because of this one, it has to contain a 7. So this one is a fixed number, like fixed time, because it has to be 7 o'clock. Any other doesn't work. We need, because we have the rule that 1, 2, 3, and 4 cannot exist, and because we have 5 different times, like on the hour times, that have to exist, we have to have 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, and 9 o'clock. So we do know these 5 clocks that are set on the hour. If they are going up in ascending order, then this obviously would have to be 5 o'clock. The rest I'm gonna leave for a second. So we have 5 o'clock, 7 o'clock, and obviously 9 o'clock, because this has to end like, at most it could be like 9 something, but we do know that it's 9 o'clock because this one is already, like we already know that this one has to have, well, how do I put it? This one already has to have like this, not on the hour time. Same with this one, and there's like another one that's going to be it, and it's not this one. I'm just gonna say this is 9 o'clock, right? It could technically go up to like 9:59, but it cannot be 10 o'clock or higher. And obviously because we need like 9 o'clock, then we would have to have like 9 o'clock way earlier, because otherwise it just doesn't fit, right? These are like the reasons why we have 9 o'clock here. Okay. Since we have 9 o'clock here, this one has to be a mixed time, and this one, let's just solve it, like some things that I did know. So, since this is 7 o'clock and this is 9 o'clock and this is a mixed time, this is going to have to be 8 o'clock. And the next one is 8 o'clock and something. I'm gonna start with like 8:30. It has to be like somewhere between those two clocks, because otherwise it's not ascending. So, here's the mistake that I did last time. So I always assumed that we would have like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, like 6 o'clock and something, 6 o'clock and something, and 7 o'clock. This obviously means that this one, because this has to have at least one number doubling, because it says like all numbers have to be different, cannot be done, but all the numbers cannot be the same technically, because this one has to contain a 7 as well because of this node. Which means that this one has to contain like one number that doubles. If it is the 7 cannot double, right? It cannot be past 7 o'clock because it's this, so the hour one cannot be 7. It can end in 7, but obviously there aren't like 70 minutes in an hour, so obviously the last digit has to be a 7. Alright. Let's start, let's just put it off 7, okay? But like my issue that I always had was, for some reason I thought that this one has to be 6 o'clock. But why does it have to be 6 o'clock? What if we put this one to 6 o'clock, right? So we have like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, so these two ones are like 5 o'clock and something. So, this is 5 o'clock and 7, but this obviously isn't a possibility because we have like one number that has to double. 7 cannot double, so the 5 has to double. So we are at 557. Which means that this one also has to be 5 o'clock and something. But because this clock cannot be inversed, because whatever time has to like inverse, basically we have like this clock over here that has to be read like in reverse, like right, I have to like basically copy and inverse like one of those two numbers. It has to end in an 8 because it's between 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock. So this cannot be it. So whatever I'm putting in here has to be reversible. And this is actually the interesting thing. So there are only two numbers with an 8 at the end that I can use. One of them is 58, right? Like, obviously it would be 658, but let's just say 58. This does not work because this one is 57. So this one has to explicitly be 8 minutes past. So 6... Wait, I'm 508, not 608. So 508, and we can inverse that to 805. And now it works. It was consistent, I was just... And it's the key, yeah. I just teleported into the air. Also, getting dark. Neat. We got 2 keys today. I am so happy about this. Right, like, this is such a mean thing. I should absolutely check like some of the nodes that I have seen before, because this means that handwritten nodes are just, you know, false. Or like doubly false in this case, right? So maybe they also wanted to use like a blue one and just completely forgot about it, right? Like maybe there was like an issue with like the printing and somebody else tried to fix it and didn't know about like the rules. I don't know. Could be like a law reason why, but this definitely changes how I view the puzzles here, and I really like that kind of, that it tricked me so long, and I more love about this game that we are still getting a consistent rule at the end, and we are learning about a new rule. Or like, you know, all the rules are consistent. That's like kind of what I want to talk about. Like the logic is consistent, and I'm still learning about the new rules. In any case, that doesn't mean that we have 2 keys that we can put into the underground now in a second after I open this chest, just because I can. Ah, a key, I totally needed that one. And we're back in the sanctum, and that means that we can throw in 2 of our keys, which is amazing because I feel like I'm going to be able to guesstimate like some of the things here. Interestingly enough, like we still have like the 8 realms technically, right? Like instead of 7, you're going to open. Let's just continue over here. Sanctum key, yes. We do know that one of the keys is not reachable by us, and the other one... Oh, this is the hard one. Do I have like info about the hard one? I know that there was like one with the turtles. Vera had turtles, but Vera's the other one. Okay, no. So I can't really... Wait. This one is the island to the west. I don't know anything about them. Okay, gonna leave it for now. We still have like the other key to check out. So let's hope that this is one where I have like a little bit of information. Otherwise I'm gonna have to check some things. This is the rainbow. Mora J. Don't think I have anything here. Not really. Gonna have to check about... Like, I do know about the thing in the clock tower. I just don't know the symbol for it. That's the first thing. I'm gonna have to write that down. I do have something in Lost and Found that I need to look at again. I think I've written that one down. I just don't know where it is in my notes. But I don't think it's related to either of those. Am I not looking for Vera? But Vera is the one that we still don't have, right? Like, this is the... that one is Arch Arias. And we do know that this one is... No, wait. This is yellow. We do know that this one is yellow, but that's kind of it. We do know that it's snowy, but we do not know about the transport in that region. So I can't really... I'm gonna have to, between episodes, really write down like everything, like every single piece of information that I have about all of these places. So I'm gonna have to solve that one next time, because I feel like this time around I won't be able to. Okay, but like we had a decent run. Like obviously we didn't really solve a lot except for the clock tower. There's like the big one. Obviously we had in the vault key was amazing. I hope that I don't need anything else from the vault. So now it's basically just like I could try to reach the antechamber again, but there's like really no need for that, and I probably can't. Like I can't get the left door to open and I can't get the right door to open unless I get like the weight room, which cannot be in like at the border of the map. So I'm just gonna quickly finish like the last two rooms. You know what? I could actually go for the freezer here. Wanna do that? I'm starting with like a lot of money next time. Sounds like fun. Also I can melt all of that stuff. Not for staff. I can also melt that. Wow, that's actually really powerful. I was not aware that like the torch is that powerful. Wow. This is still the letter. This time around I can look at it though. Wait, you also are snowy? Am I reading that right? No, wait, you are the mountainous region, right? And we have read that one before, and obviously this is like the note telling us about the other solution. Ooh, crystal... Prism key, not crystal key. Why did I think crystal? I mean, yeah, we found something here. I feel like mostly not that important, but it's nice that we have all of the stamps here. I'm still missing a stamp, I think. Gonna have to check in a second. I do have the Did I have the library today? Yeah, did it, right? Yeah, over here. So I can still pick up the gems, they just disappear once I do. Okay, interesting. Could have waited with the freezing until later. I completely forgot that I had this room. Yeah, gallery art named 0, dartboard solved 27. I still need to do a lot of those. And then we still have like this side here. I want to just look at stamps real quick. Stamps, yeah, we're missing exactly one of those. Wait a second, are you telling me the color here? Is Vera yellow? No, right? Arch Aries is yellow. Would be this one. Together we weather. Oh, wait. Arch Aries is stormy. You have the turtles. The red waving flag. You need... Nuance is the star. I don't have the star yet. Mora J is about... Oh. Mora J is the rainbow. They're blue. I'm guessing the white sea of your... Could also be white. Huh. I mean, this is Orinda Aries, right? Like, this is the black one. Like, this symbol is actually not being shown anymore. This at least explains why we have 8 stamps, right? So this is the red one. In fog we are lost, in fire we are found. We do know about like the fog. That we did know about. So Arch Aries is stormy weather. This is snowy. And this is also Korarika. Snowy. Okay. Don't know the color yet. But this is actually really important that this is actually helping me. I'm gonna write some stuff down here real quick. So I'm also guessing that this is... Yeah, in commemoration of opening the 5th zone power plant, the Contessa? So I'm guessing you are industrial. Arch Aries. Which is this one. Industrial. So I just need your transportation method and then I have it. Because I don't think I have seen something else that was yellow. You might just be roads, but I'm... No, wait. I'm now thinking as we are in fan areas. Could the white Sea of Yore be related to that? I mean, it could also be... Could it be blue? I mean, there's like a lot of blue here, which is why I'm thinking that could be important. It could also be white. But if we're talking white, then we have seen something in white, because in the clock tower we have a bit of information about something in white, where we have the flowers. Do I still have the list here about like the meaning of all the pieces, or is that in this notebook? That means that it's poetic, apparently. Okay. And it was white. No, was it white? Or was it... No, wait, it was violet. From what I remember. Wait. This is... Oh, wait. If it isn't, it's Eraja. If that's purple Eraja? Do I have like a... I don't have one for Eraja here though, right? But I do have the other 2 pieces. I'm gonna have to look into that in a second. So I've been looking into my old VODs for a moment. Probably took like an hour, it feels like. Because I had to find the Lost and Found scene again. Because that's kind of hard. Because I don't really want to pick that one. And apparently... what I saw in there was that something is spiritual, we see heat lines and it's pink, and we see multiple lines. I am not sure if that's going to be the Vera Shores. I mean, it could be hot, but I don't know if that's really what they're going for. Anyway, Nuance has aviation, but otherwise we don't really know anything about them. And we still know about like something being poetic and maybe purple. Gonna have to check the clock tower here again. Give me a second. I mean, we have this one. And if I compare that to my notes, this is violet, so purple, right? I wrote down purple for some reason, but it's violet, okay. And we do have the flowers, which means that they are poetic. It's a Raja. Can I figure something else out? I mean, there's like still this one. But I still don't quite get what they're talking about here. Because we still have like this symbol here, which is like, you know, the Orindia, the symbol. Orinda? I still, sometimes I read it as Orindia, sometimes as Orinda, and I think that there's a difference here. Completely forgot that I made the note that the 8th symbol, right? Like technically the 8th realm, you could say, which is probably why they are always presented like that. Is actually the infinity symbol, which is the South Pole. I completely forgot about that. It's been some time, but I have it in my notes, which is always funny to see. You have like these reminders, which is why I like having like physical notes and like the digital ones. Like the digital ones are like really nice for like stuff that I want to update a lot or like reference a lot, where I need to look into that. But if I want to make like drawings and stuff, right? I don't know how presentable this is. Probably not a lot, but there's like a lot just drawn into all of these pages. Makes it a lot more fun to like just go through. Okay, the next thing that I'm currently looking at in my list. So we have 8 realms, right? We have 8 different colors. And we do know that every single one is like different. But we also have like 8 modes of transportation, which means that we can probably kind of figure that one out also just by, you know, excluding the ones that we already have, because it would make sense. The only thing, like we also have like 8 different types of modes, which is important, so we can also figure that one out. But we seemingly only have like 7 types of weather. Yeah, seems like it. Which is interesting. But we can probably figure that one out, right? Like we have heat, rain, storm, snow, wind, fog, and lack of unusual weather. Think about, I mean, this is definitely storm. This is fog, we do know. This could just be sun. Or like heat. I don't know, like when I see those shores, I think it's kind of warm there, but then again, they have like these like explorer outfits. Could also be academic in a sense. Not sure about nuance, right? This is like the, yeah, but this could also just be like no particular weather. I could imagine this being like spiritual, right? Like kind of a shrine to something. If I interpret it like this, we do have the pink color being spiritual. It could work out. Huh. I'm gonna put that with like a question mark here. Like the pink one is from the Lost and Found, in case I didn't mention it. I did look into that, right? It's like heat, spiritual. No, that can't be it because it's heat. So it can't be spiritual. So like my theory could also just be that heat, spiritual could also fit here. Right, it seems kind of warm, but it's not like I have Vera currently. No, I don't have that one. I still need a key for that one. Yeah, the keys are definitely a problem in a sense, but like we made like so much progress. I'm still gonna check out like the we are probably going to check out the underground next episode. Or like once I find the last key. I'm just not sure where the last key is going to be. I don't know what the classroom does if I don't have... Okay, it's just grade 1. That makes a lot of sense. Right, this is also where we have like the colors. Maybe I can figure that one out. Each one is only used twice. We do know that like these two are red, so this is green. Blue makes sense. So this is wait. This one was wrong and yellow. We only have ones, which is why we figured out that. No wait, this is purple. Oh yeah, we figured out that this one is yellow because we have like 3 blues. Right, this is like how we got this color. That does mean that we do know the color of that symbol because it's the snowy one, but it's orange. And purple we already had. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, this is purple, yeah. In Araja. Arch Aries is yellow, we do know that. Okay, then this is the only one that's new. That's orange. Orange would be the triangles. They go up and down all the time. Okay, so it's snow, orange. We have not seen the other 2 ones though. Is there something that would make sense? It's definitely not aviation. It's not naval. Arch Aries, that one. Did we have roads or did we have horseback? I'm trying to remember. It's been so long. I can probably figure that one out, but that's important. So I have like 1 more color in here. But I guess I at least got like a little bit of value out of coming over here. And I also wanted to check out the gift shop again. I think I figured out how to use the... First of all, like these symbols again, right? Like this is just the gift shop symbol. We have bought everything. But yeah, the swim world is a permanent addition to the master bedroom. We have seen that unlocks their mode. I think I just have to rest or like end the day in there. I still don't really get how to open that one. Obviously blue tents. I need all 8 trophies, can't get that one. I don't know if that does anything for me. And this one obviously says coming soon. I'm guessing it's going to be a patch, so not a lot of value in waiting for that one. Okay. In any case, I mean, I've made some progress today. I'm really happy about that. I have some more notes about like all of the places. I don't think I have enough yet to really solve all of them. Maybe if I guess a little bit. I don't want to guess yet. I feel like I can probably still figure out like 1 or 2 pieces of information, probably by just rereading like some of my notes. But I didn't really have time for that today. In any case, I hope you enjoyed. We are finally done with like the clock tower. I need to reread where like the last key is. I do know that one of them we cannot get because it's technically inside of the last room for some reason. I don't know why. That's the rule. I'm guessing we can reach that one once we solve like the last puzzle, right? Because we can kind of infer like some things in there. What else is missing? We still don't get the cursed coffer. Don't know how that works. Maybe I need to be cursed and then maybe I can open it. That's like one theory I still have. We still need to figure out what the whole train or like the subway network has to do, like the metro. I feel like we can kind of use that somehow because I still feel like the map that we have seen is important somehow. In any case, I feel like I just need to sit down with like some of my notes and like some of my old recordings just to recheck some pieces of information. Right, I just feel like this is like less about figuring stuff out. It's just like me, you know, going through all of the notes and writing everything down that I already know, or like at least writing it down like in a more clean format, because I have so many notes. A lot of them are like crossed out and it's really not that clean anymore. Makes it kind of hard to work with, especially during episodes. In any case, let's end the... No, wait. Do I have a bedroom I want to stand in? I feel like I had written down what the different effects are, but I don't think I have like a particularly interesting one. I mean, ideally I would like to sleep in the old lordship's bedroom, but I don't think that this is something I want to do. This also reminds me of the fact there was like one run where like my stats didn't quite line up from what I remember. I probably just ended the day like in the bedroom, which is probably why that happened. I don't actually know why I'm still picking stuff up. Look at that gem. I can't even... Why is that gem? Why did you bring a blue gem to school? Seriously, you're a first grader. I don't really feel like there's a specific room I want to check out, so let's just end it here. You know, what a fitting end for the day. In any case, let's see what the estate is looking like. Today we have the Guarding Shopping Center of tomorrow. Ooh, all the numbers here. Ooh, very nice. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, this is quite normal. For some reason I thought there was like nothing skipped, but sometimes I'm just reading stuff wrong apparently. Nothing too interesting, but for tomorrow rooms. We had the gallery. Obviously I still don't know how to solve that one. There's probably a way for me to do that, and I feel like it's more a thesaurus kinda puzzle than anything else. We are still missing room 8, by the way. Right, it's like still something that's fascinating to me. I'm guessing we're going to unlock that at some point. Maybe? Or maybe I just need to do something very specific to do that. Maybe I need to, I don't know, come from the antechamber and then go south or something like that, because it does talk about how room 8 can end up being in row 8 or rank 8. In any case, I hope you enjoyed the episode. This is definitely a push that I kind of needed every once in a while. You know, you just wake up and you see a solution that you couldn't see for weeks before, just because you had like a completely different mindset and you were busy doing something completely else. And this really helped, and I really am looking forward to figuring out the last few puzzles. I'm guessing there are not that many left, and I'm kind of... On one hand, I'm really happy that I'm making progress. On the other hand, I'm kind of afraid that it's going to end soon, right? This has been such a special experience so far, this game, and I've really been loving it. And I'm really looking forward to ever finding another game that's like even comparable when it comes to its approach to puzzles. And I'm really just hoping that there is something else, right? In any case, I hope you enjoyed the episode. I wish you a wonderful rest of your day. I'll be seeing you next time. Till then, have a good one and bye-bye.